Hey everybody, welcome back to Yukikaze Gaming. We're going to be trying out a few different games tonight, maybe returning to some old playthroughs as well. Got a little more time than usual tonight. However, it's also very hot, so... and at least until it cools down a bit, I decided to start with something kind of chill, that doesn't require a lot of energy or anything, because I am kind of melting at the moment. So, we are going to try out Tinytown to start with. I don't know much about this other than it's like a voxel-based, sort of vaguely SimCity-ish kind of deal. This will be my first time trying it, so here we go. Let's see how it is. Okay, this feels a little bit familiar. I don't think it's the same game, but we played a different game kind of like this on the channel a while back. It's specifically a tiny house, that's awesome. Okay, they don't start with any explanation of the controls or anything, so I'm kind of winging it here. Okay, there is a rotate. Yep, okay. The escape key does nothing, that's good to know. I don't know how one gets out of this game if they need to. Oh, okay, the menu button's down there. Let's, turn the music down a bit. It's pretty chill, but it's also kinda loud. Okay, so it does tell you the controls, but only when you're in the pause menu. The right mouse button also rotates. Okay. Well, at the moment, I have no concept of where I should be placing stuff. I'm afraid to put it along the edge, because sometimes that can kind of lock you out of stuff. So... Alright, next we've got a street. Okay, so the street can't be running into the house, it has to run alongside it. Three-way intersection, huh? Alright, we got some solar panels. I don't know what these numbers represent exactly. Okay, industry. Can be upgraded when placed over similar building. Needs connection with a street. Oh, not everything needs to be connected to a street. Okay. Okay, so it seems to be kind of about, like, getting your overall net values to be high enough. Okay, so adjacent buildings merge, but they don't need to be near a street. Okay, we upgraded something. Kind of a residential district over there. I am running out of street space to place things due to my lack of planning with these power plants. I read watchtower, not water tower. Well, this seems like the obvious choice. Doesn't require a connection or anything, so... way out here, I guess. I don't know what red indicates. Seems to kind of indicate that it's like a negative option somehow. Or maybe it's specific to power? Like to energy? Maybe green just means that it's related to like society and happiness? Maybe the yellow was just industry? Well, if I'm gonna use it somewhere, I guess that's the right place. Oh! Or I could do that. Okay, good to know I can extend through this way using the parking lot. Oh, it's like a U-turn end cap. Yeah, so you can't... it has to actually be like an intersection. Huh. Oh, to get a certain type of bonus choice. And this is score. Okay. Currently have 0 power, that's not great. Even though I just built a coal plant. I guess because it's not connected to everything? They're like, okay, there is a rotate. Okay, the hospital does need a road connection.
So how's it going over here?
Hi, Agent. Not bad, I think. I definitely messed a couple things up because I didn't understand them, but could be worse. place it there. I guess you don't want to go all the way to the edge so that you can utilize both sides of the road. Ideally. Our society buildings. Another coal power plant.
Boo coal.
Yeah. Well, I can go nuclear.
Nuclear all the way.
Gotta make us some giant mutant insects or something. Ah, another coal power plant. Put two diners right next to each other. I didn't want to put more industrial stuff over here, but oh well. I guess I do have the re-roll option that I haven't really been using at all. Gotta have yourself a burger joint in town somewhere, right? Okay, so I can upgrade this parking lot, or I can put in a new parking lot somewhere else. Really don't want another factory right now. So done with factories. Alright.
Welp just got held over at work.
Oh no! I know how that goes. Happened to me entirely too many times.
They can only keep me for 4 hours now.
I run up against some kind of, like, legal limit or something.
Part of my contract.
Ah, gotcha. And your very own alchemy store. Oh, a three-way intersection. Oh. I really don't want to
Yuki, you ever watch the YouTube show Murder Drones?
I can't say I have. Murder drones, huh?
Has a lot of that mid-2000s Hot Topic Invader Zim edgelord feel to it.
Interesting. Here I was thinking it might be something like BattleBots.
Made by Glitch Studios, they also do the amazing Digital Circus.
Ah, yes. I do recall their branding. I don't know what this second symbol here means.
It just finished.
Oh, like they just produced the last episode of it?
So a YouTube show with a complete story.
Wow. Don't see that every day. I may possibly have messed some things up here. I was under the impression that there would be four-way intersections at some point. That does not appear to be the case, for some bizarre reason. You may have at most a three-way intersection.
It was a fun show.
I shall have to try to keep that in mind if I'm looking for something to watch, especially on YouTube.
Though I am a sucker for that dark edgelord stuff.
This is pretty well established. Fair. Random park, huh? We don't want hotels. Or really any more factories. I was kind of under the vague impression that, like, the amount of space I had would increase at some point too, and that also does not appear to have been the case. Okay, I would definitely play this a little differently if I were to do it again. Oh, interesting. So, you can kind of use, parking lots and gas stations as, like, pass-throughs. I don't actually need any more of this kind of street piece. Oh, I shouldn't have put that there. Oh well. Wait, can I just... Oh, 4 adjacent ones will merge into one big building. Okay, so you can make a big park. Interesting. But a park with no people living near it does me no good. sure why I'm not allowed to build that there. Seems like a perfectly acceptable place to build one. Oh, because the gas station. Interesting. Oh, I can't really put anything there now. I can't even put a park there. Guess all I can put there is a road? But not this kind of road. Completed city. Almost 20,000 points. I have no idea if that's good or not. Yeah, I guess there's no leaderboard or anything, it's just your own high score that you kind of compete against. Oh, interesting. Cute little title. Alright, I'm gonna take a short break. I'm going to get kind of resituated, turn some lights on and stuff, because it's finally getting dark out, and switch to another game. Be back soon.
For an enterprising tycoon, each new day brings new opportunities in your quest for success. Exploiting gaps in the market and meeting demand is all in a day's work for a canny entrepreneur. And expanding your business is necessary if you're to keep up with the times. But with capitalism comes competition. Astute rivals and self-sufficient towns will soon leave you looking for that next niche in the market. And a change of entrepreneurial tactics might be necessary in order to fend off financial collapse. However, be wary of your fledgling setup. A poorly planned infrastructure will grind your business to a halt, and badly placed polluting industry will be sure to harm your reputation and quickly turn your business allies into foes. But the savvy business person will have all this under control with well-executed trade routes by road, water, air, and rail. And a well-targeted PR campaign will soon have those green towns and villages back on side and accepting your goods. All that's left to worry about is what you're going to produce next. For you are an industrialist, and success is in your blood. And who knows what the next new day will bring in Rise of Industry.
Welcome, Snippies, to Rise of Industry. Kind of a similar genre of game here, but clearly much darker. There's already a sequel to this one out. Have not tried either of them yet. We'll see how this goes. Probably better start with the tutorial. Welcome to Rise of Industry, a game about testing your entrepreneurial skills. Here are some instructions to give you a head start. To start off, let us learn how to move around and use the camera. Use the keyboard and mouse to pan, zoom, and rotate the camera. Holding shift speeds up the movement. Open the town center. Oops, I didn't read something. Got an auction for it, huh? Okay. Start an auction and keep bidding until your competitors give up, allowing you to earn ownership of that region. Careful not to run out of money. Yeah, well, okay. Other companies have the same abilities and are trying to do the same thing. Awesome. Water siphon to collect the raw resource water. Okay. Is this not indicated location? I guess I have to... Oh, have to rotate it with R. Okay. Oh good, dirt roads. Everybody's favorite. Raw resources like water and sand can be collected indefinitely as long as you keep paying the upkeep. Some resources like coal, copper, gas, iron, and oil have a limited amount of units available for collecting. You have to be careful how they are used. Gatherers for these raw resources need to be placed near their corresponding resource, but do not need roads to connect their harvesters and hubs to function. Gatherers for these raw resources need to be placed near their corresponding resource, but do not need roads to connect their harvesters and hubs to function. Open Gatherer tab in the construction bar. Coal mine. Three coal mine harvesters. Trying to use the controls from the last game still. Terraforming menu. That feels like cheating. Oh, warehouses. I thought it said a water house. Warehouses are multifunctional distribution hubs that can store and move products where they are needed, whether it's to nearby buildings automatically, or using manual destinations. Or to other warehouses using destinations, which can move a lot of products over long distances using high-capacity trucks. Warehouses can also deliver products to shops in range to help make money. You can place a warehouse even in regions you don't own a permit for, but only one. Well, it needs one for both the entrance and exit. Interesting. Raw resources from the gatherers to the settlement's warehouse. Manual destinations to push the product from the gatherers to the warehouse. Once the destination is assigned, we can set how much of our product is stored there. We can set a value or leave it at infinite, which will deliver as much as possible. Can use the same method of micromanaging destinations on any building. But if there's a warehouse there, we forego using the automatic ability to distribute products. Be warned, selling raw resources is not very profitable. They are best used to make other products. Also later we will see how there are more efficient ways of moving products that involve other vehicle types. Okay. Before we move on, let's talk about the Hold Until Full button. This feature will hold your vehicles back until their individual storage is full. If the max amount is not a multiple of the vehicle's capacity, not all products will be moved. This only applies to warehouses that can use different vehicle types. Let's address the warehouse automatic abilities. As mentioned, any production building or shop within a warehouse's area of effect can take advantage of these abilities. Production buildings will pull stored products that they can use to generate other products and push the generated products back to the warehouse to be distributed elsewhere. Warehouses can automatically send 1 cycle's 15 days worth of products to shops that demand it. When the shop consumes these products, you get paid. The building is utilizing a warehouse's automatic abilities. You can change how many cycles are sent to the warehouse. A cycle is how long a producer takes to make something. Set cycle to infinite. Oh, okay. You can also fine-tune our warehouses to work differently, depending on what you want them to do. Set the building's distribution priorities using the drop-down menu in the outgoing tab. By default, it's set to prioritize equally, but there are more options. I am clicking it to close it, but apparently it's not working. Okay, close it, yep. Unlock a logistics module in the tech tree. Okay, open the tech tree. Oh, up here. Advanced distribution tech. At the beginning of each game, we get 3 free unlocks. After that, we have to spend money and time to research and unlock. Let's pick a few unlocks that we'll need to move forward. Train terminal. As a note, we will add more unlocks to a research queue. Continuously research them while we work on other things. And flour? Air purifier. Oh, okay. Here's the upper line. Usually takes a good amount of time, so let's cheat. Okay, that's why it went so quick. Now that the research has been completed, the game will automatically go to the next item in the queue. With this out of the way, let's get back to warehouse management. Logistics modules are warehouse add-ons that gives access to different vehicle types, which can haul more units than normal destination trucks. Train terminal awards trains, boat depot bestows boats, and zeppelin field yields zeppelins, each with different capacities and higher costs respectively. The thing with depots is that each has a unique way to connect them. Trains utilize tracks, boats require waterways, and zeppelins just float over everything. We need to build a network. Place a train terminal at our settlement's warehouse. Connect the warehouse to the train terminal. Need to place a warehouse next to the nearby settlement of Newton and place a train terminal there as well. Huh? Oh. I wish it just rotated it rather than pivot on a corner like that. Very unusual. Go. Two sets of tracks, huh? That way we can have round trip. Makes sense, I suppose. What? Make some crop farms. Oh, we're not just gonna connect it to the nearby road, huh? Why would we do that? Food factory. Okay, yeah, so you don't want to build it too close to the water production or the farm, lest you pollute them and make them not work anymore. Yeah, traffic does cause delays. Yeah, my coal mine is really messing stuff up, isn't it? here we can see who's on the map with us, what they are producing, how successful they are, and how much they are worth. Moving other companies requires us to buy all their stock. Completed the tutorial. We now know the absolute basics. Never did mess with any of these controls. I don't actually... Oh, okay, maybe there's... Oh, okay, difficulty settings is like on another page. That's why I don't see it. Yep, this is the only place that has 3 shops. I guess it's always 3 harvesters? Okay, need some roads. Oh, I'm currently on pause, that's why. Alright. Probably using a lot more of my money planting saplings than I should. Saplings are surprisingly expensive.
We're just going to...
Agent!
Hey, Yuki. Hey, Yuki's chat, if you're still there.
I don't think there's anyone in chat at the moment, but we are still live here.
Alright. I'm fighting a wall.
Unfortunate.
Maybe I've saved up all my super attacks, though, so,
What are you playing?
Oh, we are going through Final Fantasy 4 or 12 right now.
Oh, more FF12.
Zodiac Age. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And actually, while I'm thinking about that, I forgot to cast this to the Discord channel. How's the small town going, though?
Well, the small town, I got to nearly 20,000 points and the game ended. Now I'm playing Rise of Industry.
Right. Capitalism go.
Yeah. It's, a lot darker than the last game, really.
Yeah, well, with a
In,
name
like,
like
a
that, it sounds like it would be.
ludonarrative sense.
Oh. I hate it. I hate status ailments. There's a reason Marlboro's the most hated enemy in the Final Fantasy genre.
Oh, I don't know. What's this town's name? Fieldsboro. The Tonberries might really take that crown, but they are pretty bad.
I know Tomberries are bad, but X Zone? I think my main character just glitched behind the enemy I'm fighting, and I can't use him now. And I need to fix this guy's gambits. But victory! I'm wondering if the game will actually give me that. 12 is so weird when you hear it. Like, I have heard it in some arbitrary places that, like, bosses I feel like that should have given it to me. There we go. Don't. Congratulations. Yeah, it always amazes me how often that word is misspelled. Even after the fight, the game's just like, we don't know what the hell happened. We're just going to be gone from now on. Alright, that was just a mess of glitches. That's what was going on there.
I'm operating at a loss. That doesn't seem good.
Yeah, it's just most governments.
I'm not a government in this game, though.
Are you running a town?
No, in Rise of Industry, you're running a corporation.
Okay, yeah, that's bad. Or Ubisoft right now, but you know, it's just kind of clicking in my brain, but I think the creator of this game had a thing for underground ancient tomb dungeons.
I see.
Well, it's the guy who did Final Fantasy Tactics and, like, Vagrant Story.
Fair enough.
And Over Battle.
We'll have that. Oh, yeah. Tactics Ogre at least definitely had quite an elaborate underground tomb. It was like the ongoing endgame kind of content.
Yeah, but it's like he puts one in, like, at least one in every game he does.
I mean, also, underground dungeons are kind of a staple of RPGs in general.
But all of them being tombs?
Okay, well... yeah... I mean, a lot of them are.
Like a medieval style tubes too.
Well, that is the most popular style, generally.
Okay, I'll give you that. I will give you that.
Followed perhaps by, like, Egyptian. When you're talking
Yeah.
tombs, specifically.
Oh, the one thing I will definitely give this game are the re-release, the update, definitive version.
Mhm.
They realized the dungeon layout was absolutely fucking horrendous,
Oh.
and then gave you a map at the start of every level from down there.
Yeah, not having a map to guide you in a dungeon is pretty bad in most games, unless it's like truly the entire game is just navigating the dungeon.
Yep. Well, what of this is you're supposed to. It was like as you go through an area, it would fill out. So you would just have to randomly explore the dungeon, but all these layouts are goddamn horrendous. Oh. And let's not forget the ×4 movement speed. Or what would you just call it? It's not even movement speed. It's just speed up the game ×4.
Oh, like,
Accelerator?
fast forward, basically.
Yeah. I don't even know if I would say basically. I think it just is. Don't know why I couldn't think of fast forward. Okay, what is your opinion? Have you seen the Minecraft trailer?
I have not.
Oh, Vera's are the best waifus? Yeah, I think most of the Final Fantasy crowd will agree with you on that. Also, welcome to the chat, Bakuman.
I don't know, I'm pretty partial to, like, the Mithra myself, but hey, you know.
Mithra, those were the...
Yeah, most mainstream Final Fantasy players wouldn't even know about them, because they were the exclusive catgirl race to Final Fantasy XI.
Oh, right, yeah, them. It's like, I knew the name, I just couldn't think of it.
And then... They made a very
Didn't they
similar
come back
race in 14, but they called it something different for no apparent reason.
Oh, I think they were trying to make sure the worlds were separate.
Maybe?
Like, they still wanted the cat girl, but...
I think probably it had more to do with the fact that, Mithra came from a specific, like, ancient... Like, the word came from a real-world religious order. So they were probably trying to pull away from that, if I had to guess.
Yep. No, Baga, it's like 11 is good. It's just a mid-2000s MMO.
Yeah,
So
it required a lot of dedication.
Yeah, so that's a game of its age. Like, if you really want to see its evolution, current 14, I would say, fills it out really nicely.
At launch, 14 was definitely worse than 11.
I won't argue that. Oh my god. I don't know if I've said it on this stream before, but I was in the beta for original 14. Oh boy. That was a weekend with me and my buddies. Well, 11 and 13 also so Final Fantasy turned into his turned into the, I'm guessing the last game is what you meant there. Okay, what's this? Touch the jewel. I thought 11 did pretty okay though.
I mean, it was probably like the second ranked MMO of its time. I mean, eventually there were a few other things that, like, at least temporarily surpassed it as, like, newer products came out. But it was pretty much like WoW and Final Fantasy XI for a while.
Yeah, 11, because I remember, oh god, I did the Warhammer Fantasy MMO, if you've ever even seen that.
Yeah, and then, I mean, there's, like, EverQuest and stuff, too, that were still kind of hanging on, but they weren't,
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, there were a handful of, like, lesser ones, but 11 still was, fuck, 11's, no, I'll give it that, 11 servers are still active. Like, it still has a player base.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't say that for a lot of MMOs right now, old MMOs. Or
Yeah.
Concord.
I'll never forget, like, getting woken up at 3 a.m. on a work night to go try and compete against Chinese gold farmers to be the first ones to tag a notorious monster when it spawned so that we could get a belt off of a crab.
It's like a little piece of me wants to say you were just stringing words together, but I've played enough of those. It's like, no, that was a thing. You did that. You actually did that.
I actually did that. That was 100% a thing.
Yeah, Sin's name came since back in Famicom X last. Oh yeah, the Final Fantasy got its name for being supposedly the last game they would make.
Yeah.
Yep, I know all the lore.
New products from row 2 of the tech tree.
I was there when it was written. Okay, I'm not quite that old, but I am. No shit, I might be that old. God damn it.
We come from the way, way back, the before times.
Ugh.
Alright, you know what? I gotta say, this game's not really holding my interest. Like, it's not bad.
Not
I can
vibing
see
with
where
it.
it's... Yeah, I feel like it's not terribly designed or anything like that. It's just... I don't know if the core concept's really grasping me hard enough. And
Alright,
it's
I gotta turn the decoy
really
off.
slow.
Oh yeah, I can definitely see that. I gotta turn the decoy off on Fran. I should just. I opened up the new path. I need to go which way?
Alright, I will put myself on BRB here. Now I pick out another different game to play.
I think I'm going the right way here. Oh, doing sprite work back in those days? That's I gotta give it to those guys.
Yeah, that stuff
Alright, I
wasn't
like that ass
easy.
shot.
I don't know, what do you think, Agent? Should I play Helldivers, Supermarket Simulator, or something else entirely?
Something else entirely.
Okay.
I forget, Yuki, did you play Final Fantasy Tactics back in the day?
Oh yeah, for sure. I was a big fan of that one.
Were the Viren back in that game, or were they introduced?
No, they were
in
not
12?
introduced until later.
Okay.
It actually really bothered me that they showed up in the later Final Fantasy Tactics games.
Yep, nope, this was a race all the time.
Though, to be fair, I feel like the Tactics Advanced games are like a completely different world from the original Final Fantasy Tactics.
Oh, shit. Ifrit. No, Belius? This is just... Alright, this is Ifrit at home. Got it. This is a boss fight, so I'm going to turn the turbo off. Oh, I should probably just... Yeah, World Line and stuff like that. So, yep, let's just super attack this guy. Right, that's how that works.
Well... Got a dark RPG adventure card battler based off of Slavic myths.
I'm not gonna lie, that actually does sound pretty cool. Oh, but yeah, Boltier is amazing. I also finally did start figuring out why Vaughn's the main character in this game, too. Oh, here's his super. Oof, this is probably going to hurt. Yep, gambits are awesome. Oof, okay. Oh no, Baltier, definitely a Han Solo. What I was gonna say with Vaughn though is I can't remember who the writer for it's the director for this, but he's also like the writer for it. He loves having point of view characters that don't quite understand the world, and Vaughn was taking just a couple of steps too far. That, or because of the crazy development this game had to go through, they weren't able to hammer things out.
Then I saw in the right hand of him who sat on the throne a scroll with writing on both sides, and sealed with 7 seals. And I saw a mighty angel proclaiming a loud voice, "Who is worthy to break the seals and open the scroll?" But no one in heaven or on earth or under earth could open the scroll or even look inside it.
Vaughn isn't even that. He's not overpowered. Like, he very much is just barely scraping by for most of this. It's just he's with people that... This is just Ifrit at home. What the fuck?
Alright everybody, welcome to Black Book. As noted before, this is a dark RPG card battler based off of Slavic myth.
Once upon a time, evil spirits dwelled here in these
Okay,
parts.
at least they won't put 2
Since
boss fights
they
in a
still
row.
do. I will tell you a story. It happened long
Yeah,
ago,
it's like,
even before the
hopefully it's at
revolution.
least a well-balanced
It
card
happened here,
game.
not far from Cherden.
We will
I
find
heard
out
my
shortly.
grandmother tell it.
Yeah.
A man was fostering an orphan girl. He was a Noah. Everyone called him Old Yegor. She didn't want to become a witch, but he taught her his craft.
Honestly, like, one of
She
the
was
big
to be
things I did here
married
with this
to a
story, though,
special
was
young man.
it feels like Vaughn's brother, the one that gets
I can't recall
unalived
what
really
exactly
easily for no
happened,
reason.
But this young man
Should have been
took
the
his own life. He was later buried beyond the gates of the churchyard.
the person to get as our MC.
Which meant that he would pass straight to hell.
The twins from 8.
As for the orphan, Vasilisa, she refused to accept it.
Nope, I will not.
She was intent on bringing back his soul from the inferno.
By this return to...
To do this,
Destroyer,
she
by
would
other
need
means,
to
return you
break
back
the
to this
7
place.
seals of the Black Book, which old Igor kept, and retrieve him. And it was for
Okay.
that reason that Vasilisa agreed to become a witch. But to become one, she needed to be initiated
8 is actually on the
in a
short list
banya,
of the
or
games
at a
I want to do
crossroads.
after this
And
one.
so, Vasilisa set out for the crossroads.
Okay, so gotta make a pact with a crossroads demon, apparently, to become a witch. You sure are a lot of
yeah, no, Ifrit's cool.
Slavic proper nouns.
Also, the fact that that prince looks a little too close to Vaughn and his brother.
I slept poorly last night.
Like,
Been waiting.
there should have been more going on with this story. I don't know if I mentioned when we first started this up to you, Yuki, but like I was going through some of the history of this game and the fact that the
Never
director
sat
had a
at the table.
mental breakdown
Where are you now, sweetheart?
halfway through development by
Where
losing
you headed?
because he lost half his team.
Jeez.
Well, the funny thing is they got
Apologies.
poached from like his
From the
by his
one summer.
mentor to start his own company.
Well, it does happen sometimes.
There's no entrance. Or
Yeah, instead
exit
we
for you,
got
it seems.
Lost Odyssey, The Last Story, and a third one that's so unmemorable that I
Cold Mother Earth.
can't remember it.
There isn't even a church at first.
Also, yeah, once again, like even the princess pointed out, it's like, Vaughn kind of looks like my dead husband.
Incidentally, trying to resurrect my dead husband is the plot of this game.
Oh, neat. The Dawn Shard.
Enough. I don't
There's gonna be a
believe
boss
you
fight.
would
The
do
other side of
to
this isn't there.
yourself.
I wonder, is that? Yep.
It'll all be well.
Magic
Oh,
resist by
but
20,
I
impede
accept
0.
this knowledge from Grandpa, though I know what you thought of that. But there's no other choice. I'll drag you from that road myself. Sleep for now. Sleep. I won't be long.
Oh, yeah. I'll agree with you. Yeah, my favorite character is Sid,
didn't bury
cursed
him in
with
the holy
having the
ground.
wisdom of all other Sids, as all Sids can see the other Sids.
So it's just like a global Sid hive mind.
It's just an ongoing
I
joke.
need to go to the
Honestly, I like
crossroads.
Team 4-Star's
The
approach
pine
they
needles are
did in
golden with
their
the sun
Machina
already.
Bridge for Final Fantasy VII. That all the Sids, like every time they're bored, they're just bored into a new world. It's like, but they have the story, like they're still raised by their previous father, who's also Sid. So it's just this line of dimension jumping people that they never bother to explain. Like they're just some fun stuff. All right, touch the stone. Although I did like the fact that for the boy band road trip Final Fantasy, Sid was a hot gas station girl.
Interesting twist.
Final Fantasy 14 is weird.
Well, that wouldn't have been in 14, though, right? Because 14
No,
didn't
sorry,
have gas
15.
stations. Yeah, I was like, wait, what?
15. Sorry, 14's been on the brain. I've been, like, I bought the newest expansion. I've been wanting to play it. It's just every time I want to play a game, it's one of the mindless ones. And 14 is story. like good story, but like it's
It's also an MMO, so it's gonna be a significant time investment.
like, have you played 14?
I have, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, no, we've talked about that before. It's like, yeah, you know how much story is in that game. I have a gigantic.
The
Oh,
darkness
this is the
of the
good
night
cutscene
is
here.
filled with anticipation. You're at Mikhail's crossroads, along with old Yegor. You know the ritual that has to be done, but you've never thought it's complete. However, the time to draw the circle has come.
This is that pre-rendered stuff.
Where have you been? It will be midnight soon.
Well, I suppose if you need to summon a demon to form a pact to become a witch to resurrect your dead husband, it would make sense you might have to do that at midnight.
Go over there, by that milepost. Everything you need for the ritual you'll find over there. Take the candles, we'll light them and draw a circle.
It's like, when you say that guy's a son of a bitch, I'm not quite sure who you're feeling to here.
Cherding, 16
They're all
miles.
assholes.
Solikamsk, 102 miles. Nirop, 21 miles.
As a puppet state.
Yeah, those definitely aren't eyes looking at me from the woods.
Oh, Balthier. God damn, I love you.
The crosses look old. It seems people were buried here quite some time ago.
Well done, Vasilisa. Now let's draw a circle. Be careful not to leave any gaps, otherwise we'll be crushed by evil spirits.
Yeah, that's important. Never screw up the summoning circle for
I
the
made a
demons.
circle.
Never goes
Is it
well.
all right, Grandfather?
Yep. Okay, I remember. This
circle
cutscene in
is
particular
drawn.
sticks out in my
No
brain.
gaps, good. Too late to dither now.
You think that I can help him?
Sure you
This is
can.
a good one.
You can do anything when you have the book. So says the legend. Well, go on. It's time for you
Oh, right,
to
because
take
all
my
the old
knowledge.
summons are the Empire's
Such
warships.
a long time we've spent together. Parting with it is
Shut up, Pix.
bittersweet. Well, take it. Would you look at that? What power emanates from the book? The seal is open. It seems great sorcery lurks in you. Well, think about it later. Now speak the words I taught you.
Yeah.
You the right words.
I'll get up without crossing myself, but I will go to the crossroads. On the crossroads, I'll draw a circle and step into it. and I shall speak. Good merchants, come and buy my cat.
Oh no, the bunny girl's been triggered.
For this cat, give me neither inconvertible ruble nor a fine hat. But bestow me with knowledge of the dark and eyes with vision sharp. So as I have said, so it will be. My words are stone.
Just realized the main character seems to have heterochromia. So he's got a brown eye and a green eye.
Here are your merchants. Now listen carefully if you value your life. To become a witch, you have to defeat this demon.
Okay, gotta defeat the giant wolf demon to become a witch. Sure, cool.
Time for your first Zagavar.
Oh yeah. Vaughn, how did you get out of your cups?
Okay, yeah, very Slay the Spire
Alright.
mechanics here.
Oh yeah, Fran's in Berserker mode.
Such enchanted words protect from demons, but this protection fades
Oh,
quickly.
I like that angle actually. That was.
Now draw up a
Go back to that,
complete
please.
Zagavar.
Camera. Aw. I don't even need to use mist for this. I should take that poach off. I want that sword. I know specifically that sword is save the queen. He's not supposed to be a real boss fight.
Good job, Vasya. This demon is nearly beaten. A couple more spells to rid the world of it.
I remember him being a traitor. I don't remember him like dying this early.
Take that, you monkey hellhound!
Mangy instead of Mingy, huh? Oh, it's the gates of hell. Awesome.
Well, now, Vasya, enter this maw.
Yep, I'll just step right into that giant mouth that leads into hell. Why not?
You'll be a witch as soon as you return. Well, safe travels.
Safe travels. Yep, okay.
Yeah, the explosions petered out for the most part. Let's go back in. And that was the RAM limit of the PS2. So let's skip to next scene.
Oh, is that you, Vasilisa?
Oh yeah, hi Satan.
I should congratulate you. For the first seal is open. Only 6 remain. Oh, but will you be able to open the rest? This is another matter entirely.
Okay.
I'm curious. Can the Black Book grant any wish?
Indeed, as legend dictates. Who knows? Perhaps you shall meet your beloved soon. Who is worthy to open the scroll and break
And the
its
storybook
seals?
tellings they use. Actually, the journal entries from this are what helped inspire
Or beneath it,
Heaven's
has
Words
ever
journal
been
from
able
14.
to open the scroll or look
If I remember
upon
correctly.
it. Yet.
Because I know the story
sort of
director
devil are
of the
you?
current
How
14
Vasilisa,
he is friends with the guy who did this. He
I'm
likes to do a
your
lot of his
chief
work
advisor. It is I who
into
grants you
14.
the
I think he's tried to
powers
get
of
him in there to help
Collector.
write a couple times too.
We
But that guy
will
just does not
become
want anything to do with
better
video games
acquainted
anymore.
in time, I presume.
Just sad.
How do I open the seals?
Oh, can't figure it out by yourself, girl. I'm disappointed in you.
Let me return to the land of the living.
Not just
Yep, 14.
yet.
I play
Have you forgotten your purpose?
a good chunk of that. Like I said, I'm up to Dawn Trail. I haven't got through the in Walker post game
How
yet.
many demons will you take on for your service?
As many as
Well,
possible.
I will certainly need the help of demons. So give me as many as possible.
Oh, Strangers of Paradise? No, we were actually saving that for a stream.
That's the
Pix
spirit.
and Q when it goes on sale.
But you are still too weak. Soon you will have 3 charts at your command. That's enough for now. Now go. Perhaps we'll meet again. If you manage to open the seals.
Dun dun dun.
What? Well, are you awake? The sun rose while you were coming to. Had to drag you home. I understand it's not easy to pass through the Devil's domain. So, you've seen it?
Huh? Are we home? Seems like it was all a dream. The devil made me a
Man, that
witch.
wasn't. This isn't the end of chapter
Well,
cutscenes. This should have been
then
a
it
save
is
point
good
before this
day.
stuff.
What did I
A
tell
warning.
you? You should have become a witch a long time
What am I
ago.
talking about? This is PS2 era.
Well,
We're lucky
what's
if we
done
get
is
retries
done.
still after a boss fight.
The legend
Oh yeah, you're
says
lucky you don't just
that
have to
your wish
reload
is
from a save
behind the
point.
7 seals.
I think this one still does.
I could never open the first one.
But
Here's
we have skip
the
cutscene
second
buttons by
seal,
this point in time.
The Aspen one.
Oh my god.
How do I open it? Maybe it was the demon
Yeah,
at
okay,
the
and once
crossroads
again,
that opened
dead
it
husband,
first.
like, ghost fades, and you see Vaughn behind him. There was supposed to be a
Perhaps.
connection there.
I think that demons do play
Or a love
part,
story.
But what spirit is the Aspen one? I'll
No, I'm not,
have to
like,
rack
okay,
my
one time,
brain
I'll
a
watch
bit.
it the first time.
Maybe
Would-
there's something in the books. You yourself are a witch now. I knew that you would not let me down. The news of your enlightenment has spread already. Must be the Susetkes who told the heads of the families. Now people will come to you for advice. I am old now, not many teeth left. My Koldun powers are waning.
Interesting that witches and sorcerers are just kind of accepted in this particular society, even though there's also a strong church presence.
Now it is you who will help the people around here. Perhaps you will even find the right demon for your problem. Well, while
But
you
all
were
those things
coming
like-
to your senses, I've already spoken to most of the visitors.
Well, you have to watch the
There's
same
only one
cutscene
left.
4 or 5
He's
times
waiting
because of a
behind
crazy
the
boss
door.
gimmick.
Look around for a start. Your book is over there, on the table.
It was part of the punishment for failing the boss fight.
Do you
Yeah.
remember how I taught you book binding?
Oh.
Afterwards, see to that visitor of yours. Some evil spirit has been giving him trouble. Got it?
Have you yourself met this devil?
I was initiated as a Koldun once.
You know, when I think of that concept,
I
again, that
saw
springs to
this
mind is
devil
Legend of
who gave me
Dragoon.
my charts.
I more so remember the
I couldn't
fights
even
having
lift
outrageous
the
load
first
times.
seal. And you, who all you needed was one touch, and it's gone already. It seems there is great power within you. Got it?
I got it, Grandpa. Time to get to work.
Look for the spirits around the district. Maybe we'll get lucky with the seals. We should not tarry. Who knows?
Hey, multiple
Perhaps
CD
after
games.
40 days have passed,
More common than
we
you
won't
think.
be able to help. God bless.
It's weird to be told God bless as a witch by the basically warlock who raised you, who just was telling me about how he has a bunch of demon familiars under his control and was given his powers by a devil.
Yeah.
So, Vasya, have you taken well to learning the mystical arts? Are you curious enough to learn some more?
So how did you become a Khaldun, Grandfather?
Oh, I mean, the CD format was a
I
big
was
step up
born
from
in
cartridges at the
Gilgard,
time, too, you
the
gotta
sixth
remember.
son of
You
my
think of
father,
cartridges
Ivan
being awesome
Pichurov.
now.
It was a big family,
Like,
not
even-
the richest.
Even back then, the
When you
N64
have so
cartridges
many
could not
mouths
hold
to feed, it's hard to save money.
a
Oh, yeah, I
candle to the
mean-
storage capacity of CDs.
Final Fantasy VII was originally in development for the N64, and they switched to PlayStation because of the storage. It just wasn't possible to release a game of that scope. Like, even on CD, it took up, like, what, 3-4 CDs?
Yeah, I'd say that was also the beauty of CDs. You could swap them out like that.
Yeah. So you had kind of almost unlimited storage as far as the time period was concerned. Whereas when it came to cartridges, the more you had to store on them, the more expensive it became. And if you had to do even a fraction of what was storable on a CD, it would become prohibitively expensive. Like, it would cost more to ship the game than you could sell it for.
Yep.
but we lived well as a family.
I think that's still the craziest. The
house
game always
must
just
have been
boggles. I think
family.
that's still the
The
craziest. The game that
house
always
must
just
have been
boggles my
built
mind
well.
is
That is
Have you
to
ever played
say,
Lost Odyssey,
I
Yuki?
realize this now.
I don't think so.
But you've at least heard of it, right?
I have heard of it, yeah.
Okay, so that's a 360 game. That's also 4-disc.
Mm. Yeah, that would be why I hadn't played it. I never owned any of the Xbox systems.
Lines. I like the
Then one
360.
year, a seventh brother
The
was
original
born.
is a.
Timothy, he
It's
was
part of that
called.
weird time,
was a
and
good
anything going
lad.
up against the PlayStation 2 is. Ooh, out of luck.
Well, I mean, so realistically, what happened with Xbox is it kind of stepped in to take over Sega's place in the lineup. After Sega had just gotten wrecked.
Oh god, yeah. I well, it kind of, because the Xbox got announced, and that was kind of the final nail in Sega's coffin. At that point.
Sega had already pulled out before the Xbox was announced.
I swear the Dreamcast was still going.
Not as far as I know. I was pretty sure there was actually, like, 1 or 2 years between,
I could be wrong. It's close. It's
the Dreamcast, the Dreamcast got pulled from shelves only, like, 6 months after it came out in the US.
That doesn't. Oh, I'm going the wrong way.
Like, right around the time that the PS2 came out, that was the nail in Dreamcast coffin. And then, a while later, Microsoft announced its own console. That came out with a suspiciously similar controller to the Dreamcast.
He grew up, but I didn't look after him
Yeah,
well enough.
to be fair, controllers in
Heavy
that
is
point in time.
this sin
Oh, who
of
are you going to
mine.
copy?
I still feel
Nintendo?
guilty.
Oh
I
my.
mean, well, actually, you could say that it was a straight downgrade from the Dreamcast controller, because it was the same layout, but, like, unhandleably large.
Yeah.
Vasya, having chores is a trivial thing. You would do better to protect the ones closest to you.
It's.
to
I still
fight
find
for
it funny
them.
enough that what really helped bring Sega
It's
back, though, was all the
knowledge that
games they
gives us
made
strength,
exclusively for
we
the
harness
Xbox.
their own power against them with the charts under
Probably
our
not
control.
coincidental.
One day I was looking
Yeah.
after Timothy. We were playing with the other children, but I lost my patience with a boy.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
odds are very high that the Xbox had a lot of Sega tech effectively under the hood. I'm basing this just off of speculation, not any research or anything, but, given the similarities
No.
in controller and the
No,
fact
I-
that the Dreamcast was running a Windows OS.
I know what you're thinking, but no, actually, the Xbox had a lot of Intel hardware. Like, they straight up built that out of PC parts.
Hmm.
I
Where a
cursed
lot of
him
the Dreamcast
severely,
was.
sent him to the Leshy. So
I want to say,
the
like,
Leshy
proprietary,
carried
because
him
they
away.
did have. Console development is weird.
Yeah, it is.
We never found Timoshka. He'd vanished.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's hard to bear these scenes,
Uh,
Vasya.
be it
So
Bakuman,
hard.
it's every time I see a thing say press X to continue, I always
So
want
I
to think,
decided
okay,
to
where's
become a
X?
Khaldun.
What controller do I
I
have
wouldn't
currently?
let
Am I
the
Yeah.
on
dark ones harm
Am I
my
on a
family
Sony?
ever
Am I on
again.
an Xbox?
So
Am I
I
on a
thought.
Is this an old school
Joy-Con
Nintendo
equivalent?
controller, an old school Sega controller?
The X button occupies all positions. What am I pressing?
Is this a new school Nintendo controller?
Well, I'll tell the story of
I think
how
it was-
I became a
no, I'm
Khaldun
playing
later.
The-
That's
the
maybe
X button-
tomorrow.
It's
It's hard
yeah, the
to
X button on the
remember all these
Nintendo is
things
the
of
up.
past.
Yeah.
You'll understand
The X
when you're as
button,
old as me.
it occupies all slots because X is the variable, right?
I, mm,
How's our Isba built?
yeah.
It was built long
Also,
ago.
this is the raiding area
Lots
now.
of people have lived here
I forgot the map.
since.
The world actually changed as the game
More
progresses.
than half a century ago, it seems. All according to old rituals. You know them by now. But I don't remember
Yeah.
who
Well,
built
Sony
it.
did get it.
My grandfather, I suppose.
Weak to ice. Fran, can you use ice attacks?
How can I
She's
recognize
silent. She
evil
can't use
spirits?
anything, right?
How can I know when they're before me?
Simple. You've been to the world of the devil,
No,
and now you'll see
no.
everything for what it is.
Black.
The only thing is, the darkness will see you too.
Cyan, green.
Demons and
green.
spirits will track you down, and as soon as you glance into the darkness, you'll
I have
feel
Aqua,
their
but not
eyes
Blizzard?
upon you as well. Be
All right, nope.
strong.
No,
such
we
is
are
our
not
fate.
doing this.
You make your own way.
No, I have to
We
go,
are going to
Grandfather.
retreat.
We'll talk later.
Yeah, it's also weird. Okay, I'm turning the turbo back on. I'll try to have it off to be a little bit, but this is becoming nigh unbearable. And I'm gonna run over here. All right, saving's probably all right. It's health gates, but yeah. Although Sega probably could have survived longer if they hadn't fucked over the Saturn so hard.
Yeah, I mean, but the Saturn was a pretty troubled console in general.
Well, if you look into the history of it, Sega Japan and Sega America had a big falling out because Sega America. It's a weird thing with the CEO.
Hmm.
You know, he was the one who pushed. What was it? What was before the Saturn?
The CD.
Okay, what plugged into that? The Genesis?
Yeah, the Sega 32X and Sega CD sat on top of the Genesis, yes.
Yeah, the Genesis and that whole lineup. You know, Sega was doing so good they were actually outselling them. You know, the Super at that point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a creepy looking monster. The problem is Sony Japan and him had a big falling out, and they tried to take more and more control to the point where,
I assume you mean Sega of Japan, not Sony.
yeah, Sega. And it was just to this whole point of Sony Japan trying to run the American side and them not understanding that market.
Yeah. Which is why they created Sega of America to begin with.
Yeah, they just didn't like the fact that they were doing better than them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, weird ego pride stuff got in the way of a successful business.
Yeah. So what's the problems created from them, or what gave the Saturn its initial launch trouble in the US?
Although, to be fair, it just didn't have the kind of, killer game titles to drive it in the US either.
Well, that was part of their marketing, unfortunately, because they wanted to release early, and then after the fallout from that going, you know, they tried to release 6 months early because if you remember, the Saturn launched at E3 as a surprise drop.
I don't remember that. I was definitely too young at the time to be following E3.
Yeah. Well, the Saturn was a shadow drop console.
Interesting.
And they did that by tricking a lot of the third parties into thinking, oh, this is going to come out here. So they didn't have the inventory to sell. They didn't have the games to play on the consoles that they were trying to sell, or they didn't have to sell. And from that debacle, I don't have a map for this area. I'm going to have to actually explore. God damn it. From that debacle, the Saturn the CEO of Sega America left, and the new one they brought in decided, you know what, this console's failed. We're not going to even bother porting any more games over. We're just going to let it die, and we're going to focus on the next console.
Yeah. Doesn't
Which
really,
did not... Well, the problem is their next console was 4 years off.
Yeah, well, and it really undermines the, faith
Brand
of your
integrity.
user base.
Yeah, because what was it? The last game we got in America on the Saturn was Panzer Dragoon Saga? I want to say, or the third one was? The end of the trilogy?
Oh, I don't know.
Where in Japan they had like 2 more years of video games.
Yeah, it really kind of felt like most of the games that came out on the Saturn were it was mostly just arcade ports that were keeping it floating at all.
Yeah. Well, it's the other big thing was the in Japan the Sega was built as a child-friendly console.
Mm-hmm.
In America, they tried to market it as an adults, and the older kids, sticking with the bad attitude from the Sonic era.
Yeah.
And when all of when the vast majority of the console's library is for young children, it doesn't help fit that.
Yeah, but kind of more to the point, especially early on, a lot of the, as much as I like Knights, a lot of the first-party Sega games just were not up to the level that they were on previous consoles. Sonic 3D Blast just was not a hit.
Alright. E.T.
God
is a
bless.
bad game, but those early games, you can't count too much against them. 90% of the games were shit. There were the
some flour for your
oddball,
household.
smash
Please,
hits and
hear me
really
out.
good games. The old school AAAs, but nobody knew what the hell they were doing back then.
Well, yeah, but okay, try and compare Sonic 3D Blast to Mario 64, because those were the same era of consoles.
Sonic 3D Blast was a Saturn game?
Yes. It was a Saturn launch title, and it was backported in jankier versions to the Genesis. In fact, I think technically on the Genesis they just called it Sonic Blast. They took out the 3D from the title.
Oh, no, we're not. That's a red chocobo. We're not fucking with that.
I won't waste your time. I'll tell you straight away. Something terrible is happening at the mill. We were working in the night when suddenly we heard some strange sounds. Then a shadow began to darken in one of the corners.
I'm not sure what's going on
Such
here,
a
but this looks
deep
fun.
blackness. We ran for our lives. You are known for your knowledge in these matters. What should I do now?
Can I talk to you? Nope.
During
All right.
the night shift at the windmill, he heard some strange sounds and saw some strange shift in shadows.
Yeah, I
What
can
could be
think of that,
behind such
but
emanations?
it's also that I have to the credence of, if you look at the, I don't want to rag on Concord for being a bad game, because it's just it had a bad aesthetic and gimmick, but it's not a truly bad game. Like what would you consider to be like a bad modern game? It's like an unplayable piece of garbage.
Hmm.
True shovelware.
Like a truly modern era? I mean, there's a lot of examples. Oh, there was that one that just came out and went out of business immediately.
It's like Concord, yeah.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I didn't get a chance to play that one, but just looking at it, like, okay, guys, you were trying to develop something in the same genre, it looks like, as, like, Overwatch, which is... Those types of hero shooters are driven by the strength of their character designs as, like, the initial appeal point, and you tried to sell something that had characters that are ugly as sin.
I think I was mentioning this before, but it's part of current Sony's marketing strategy. They want to be known as the next, the graphically intense next generation console. We make realistic looking games. So it was supposed to have the same art style as The Last of Us or God of War.
So,
that
okay.
ultra realism.
They really upset me once before in the past when they had a similar strategy that didn't end up panning out for them. So I don't know why they thought it would be a good idea to try that again. Because at the start of the PS3 era, back when the PS3 was, like, notably super ultra expensive for the time period. They had decided that their console was only going to have the best of the best games on it. And as a result of that, they denied licensing to games, like, the license to launch on their console, to games that were already heavily in development, and just killed those games after their success of the PS2 era was largely because of the strength and size of their enormously unprecedented library that also offered backwards compatibility for the PS1. So not only did they decide they weren't going to offer backwards compatibility, but they decided that they were going to just axe all of these third-party projects that were already in development. And one of my favorite game studios went out of business as a direct result of that, because all of their development was tied up on Sony projects, and now they suddenly couldn't launch any of it, and they went bankrupt. So Working Designs, makers of Lunar, went out of business.
I was kind of wondering what happened to that company.
Yeah. I was super mad about that, because, like, my goal was actually to work there when I got out of college, and then they killed them.
Yeah, the problem is I think it's still the same CEO that's running that side of it, and he really likes the strategy, and it's like every time he can swerve into it, he goes. It
keeps not working for him.
Yeah, but it's what should drive them. I don't know, but
that's what's known as insanity.
Oh, yeah, the dictionary definition, isn't it?
Why do you work at night? Demons are at work.
Jesus Christ.
Well, how do you think the millstones turn? Not by the wind alone, obviously. It's forbidden to work a windmill after nightfall.
But yeah, no,
what
it's
do now. I did everything right when I built it.
We'll see how the PlayStation 5 does after this, because that was a Sony. Concord was a Sony first-party title.
Oof.
Yeah, 8 years and 100 million in development, and they're just
item
eating
that you might find useful.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Microsoft just, like, basically bought out one of their other major developers.
You mean everybody?
Well, maybe. I don't...
You'd better cough it up if we help you. All right, Vasha.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what? The only independent big studios left in the U.S. are EA and Activision.
Used to us, you know.
Microsoft owns all of the other U.S. first-party studios, like the bigger ones. No, they bought Activision, didn't they? What am I thinking?
Yeah, that was the one that they bought, yeah. However, Square Enix is still their own thing.
Well, that's why I was saying American.
Well, okay, I mean, they're not... But they have an American arm, and I know that because I used to work for it.
Okay.
Because under their umbrella are other, game studios, like, I really wanted to say Naughty Dog for a second there, but that's very much not correct. That's, like, their rival
I'm pretty
studio.
sure that's Sony.
Yeah. Brain trying to process multiple things at once here.
Boy, yeah, there's a lot. It's oh, I forgot I had that.
But Crystal Dynamics, for instance, who actually I'm not sure if they're still making Tomb Raider, but they were for a while. Is a studio that is under the Square Enix umbrella, operating in the U.S.
Oh, right, I can start getting the second boards. Oh, okay.
I'll find out what's going on with your chort.
Oh, thank you. I was
Let's
told
get
you wouldn't
her
let me
back
down.
into...
Goodbye for now.
He's not your average miller. Usually they consort with a leshy, but this miller has some chort.
Archer, because I really liked Fran with Archer. Oh yeah, I forget when you unlock multiple boards, it does this weird stuff.
Well, I'll study these seals while you're off dealing with the mill. And to make your trip a bit easier, take this herb. It is called an Adam's Head. It will heal you up if anything goes sideways. Time for you to be on your way. Evil spirits won't quell themselves. Well, you get all that? Wanna ask anything else?
What should I do for his second board?
Where do I find this windmill?
Don't you remember the one to the north of Vilgord? The devil haunts that place at night, people say. Go there and be back home
Yeah, let's
by
turn
sunrise.
him into a pseudo
We have
paladin.
much to do.
How do I use the herbs anyway?
Well, it's quite simple. Use them in battle to close up your
Oh
wounds.
no, I want
Got it, grandfather. It's time to go. See you tomorrow.
Ah, wait. One more thing. I've sent a chort to Kusheva village. He must have
Start teaching
cursed
him
someone.
white
Go
magic.
there and fix it.
He'll
You'll
be
earn
a
some money in
pseudo-paladin.
process.
All right, Grandpa.
Wait. Are we sending our demons out to curse people and then curing them of the curse in exchange for money? Are we, like, running like a demon protection money racket here?
I mean, that's not a bad Oh no, it's bad all the way around. It's just
It's a viable business proposition.
yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's not basically what like a lot of old time witches kind of come off as. All right. All right, that's why I was kind of looking at these.
You stealthily creep by the village houses. At least, you thought you were being stealthy. You hear a familiar voice calling out from one of the windows overhanging the street.
All right, nothing.
What's your wait? I have
Great.
business with you. Hush. We'd better whisper.
Oh, I
I've
can
got
buy
this
high
neighbor
potions
and I
now.
hate her
Yay,
guts.
let's buy 50 of them.
So curse her a bit, will you? Here's a killer curse or something.
Oh, you
Not a strong
found the
I've got a gift ready for you.
sound alerts.
Okay, they're paying me to curse their neighbor.
We're saving up for that one.
Very well. I'll do it. Just well up by tomorrow, you'll see.
You read
If you're
a
on
simple
if
curse
you're on
and
PC,
take
I
your
believe I
well-earned
do have
reward.
a regular soundboard you can still access.
I'm accumulating sins.
You notice a noisy family gathering in front of one of the houses.
All right, so I need to talk
It's
to the
unusual
elder.
to see an entire family out on the street at this hour. Strange,
Yeah, I probably should have
muffled
figured out where I
sounds
was
are
trying
coming
to
from
go.
inside their house. Falling cutlery.
All right, let's just start
furniture
talking.
Moving around.
Good evening to you, Vasilisa. God himself has sent you to us tonight. Everything has been turned upside down in our house. The enemy of man is haunting our house. The devil himself is here. Everyone is
All
scared
right, I need to talk
selfless.
to elders.
How
Got
did
it.
it manage to get in here? It's no simple matter for a chort to get inside a human dwelling.
Oh, I
What
have a
did you do yesterday?
soundboard on there. You could
We
access
just
if
had
you.
some tea.
So it should be on,
Natalia
if you're on
likes it
PC,
a
it's like
lot.
the
She's
right
quite
side of the
fond
screen,
tea. Then we
right above
prayed
my head.
and went to sleep. And in the middle of the night, it all started.
Side.
Tea time turned into a chort invasion. I wonder why these demons appeared in the first place.
Okay. It should be active. Let me check really quick. Yep, there it is.
And did you make the sign
And
of
if
the
you
cross
have
over
bits,
the
you
samovar?
actually have access to the Blurp soundtrack.
That must be it.
No,
We
underneath that,
didn't
it's
mark the
sound
samovar
alerts.
with a cross.
You must do this. And please remember next time.
You're such a great knower, Vasya. Please, won't you help us? Don't leave us this way.
Oh, very well. I will help you. It's no good
Those are
sleeping on the
limited,
street,
and
is
I
it?
curate those myself. Blurps
Thank
do
you,
cost bits,
Vasilisa.
but dear
Have
Mother
some
of
milk
God,
for you, Johnny.
I think there are
You
over
come
5,000
inside
different
the
sound
izba.
clips on that damn
Everything
thing.
is in complete disarray. The Chorts have certainly had their way here.
I know I
You
get our
make
buddy
the
Hooch
sign
with
of
that all the
cross
time.
and take a couple of careful steps deeper
I've got a couple good
inside.
jump scares and one that just deafens him every time I play it.
You approach the overturned samovar. Suddenly, it shakes and starts to move, and red
Wait, where the hell's
eyes
the wing?
light up the darkened.
Oh, okay. Talk to the Great Elder, I'm guessing. You know, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Like, I'm not paying attention to the story. It's just I'm looking at the maps, looking at the area, and like, all right, I need to go here. I just kind of know that. All right, we need to seek the Great Chief instead of the High Chief. Also, that Deer Anime's jingle, that's gonna be everywhere. I might try to do something with the anime podcast with that too, because that's definitely gonna be the I don't know, a little preamble. Yuki, do you think that's the standout from this season?
Sorry, I wasn't. Brain wasn't able to focus on that. What was the standout?
My dear friend Nodoko.
Oh, Nokotan?
Nokotan, yeah.
I honestly don't think so. No. I mean, it got a lot of attention, but in terms of like, is it a good show? It started really strong, but like.
Okay, I'm only on episode 2 of that, so I'm just kind of sitting on that.
Yeah, honestly, it kind of starts to flounder and get a little bit old and go off into like. It almost feels like filler episodes.
Ooh, that's not good in a comedy.
Yeah.
And I see you found the lewd Vaporeon emote. there. Richi's sensei's weird shit. There's so much shit this season. I'm gonna have to write stuff down to keep track of it, because it's all kind of blended together into a mush of bleh.
Yeah. I mean, having you know, something to kind of trigger my memory when we're doing the anime chat does help. Like that was a nice thing about when we were doing the trailers in the wrap up, is to like remind me of the show a little bit, help me distinguish everything mentally. Oh, I see. This one is blocking for that one. Alright.
I think I do know that manga.
Okay, so in this game, the enemy defense, also fades after one turn.
Alright, yep. Stone Charge is dead. Okay, weird for him to show up here. Man, I feel like I powered through this story a lot faster than I should be.
That's possible.
The elders of the family bow to you and thank you for helping them. They also give thanks to God for bringing you here. The girl, Axinia, assures you that from now
They give
on,
thanks to
every
God
jar
for the
in
witch
house
coming to
will
their
be
home
closed.
to bring the powers of Satan to expel the demons that her grandpa sent here to mess with them.
The silver glow of the moon catches glimpses of the foul water. The chilled northern night air is split by dull croaks coming from the swamp.
You know, I will say one thing. I do like the politics this guy wrote into his stories.
In terms of, like, it being an interesting exploration, or...
Well, like what the story is going on right now. The empire that conquered the princess's country was like, hey, we're going to give you your crowd back, declare peace, and let's all just get along. It's like, you're only doing this because you don't want to go to war with the other country that you possibly can't beat. True, but if we fought, it would be at your country's land, and your people would suffer more than anyone else. So it's like, yeah.
So it's interesting political tension, basically.
Yeah. It's like, you can have your pride, but your people will die. Oh, 15's story was so weird.
You quickly draw a circle on the soft swamp soil and light the candles. A moment passes, then another. Finally, a demon appears and lunges at your defensive circle.
I don't know how I was supposed to know that this would be a demon attack.
But, and this is where Vod becomes a good character for a bit. Also, something that I find weird is that maybe it pops up later, but the Leviathan warship that we saw explode comes back in the second game, and it is her flagship. Oh, but once again, no, the kid is a good political position. His brother's been kind of the bit of the dick. It's Sid, isn't it? Is this the first? Is 12 the first one where like a kind of evil Sid popped up, or was there one before that?
I don't know.
I don't think. I'm pretty sure. I know 1 through 4 they're good. I don't know about 5. 5 is like my blind spot for Final Fantasy.
I actually have quite a few blind spots for Final Fantasy. I really need to go through and play some of the older ones.
Figures, you hear a rustle in
and
the
actually
trees.
a lot of the newer ones.
You read the protective spells, but out comes a person, not a demon. An ancient woman dressed in old clothes. It would seem you have come across a beggar.
Oh, a witch, a witch. I can smell your kind from a mile away. Can you spare a few coins? I don't need much to get by. A person is only as good as they are charitable.
Here you are. Don't forget me in your prayers.
Thank you. I'll pray for your lost
Yeah, wipe
soul.
both the ears.
It's
As a
dangerous
horse
to
in this
go
game.
alone.
Is this old woman actually going to... dangerous to go alone? Here, take this, me?
Take this.
She sure did.
Yay.
Near the forest's edge, you see a white towel on an old stump. Someone has left a bottle of milk and some piragi. Near these gifts is a birch charter.
Parting
Peasants from Bigichi village are asking the Leshi
crossbow
to take
quiver
care of their
onion
cattle.
bolts. Pack land. Alright, so we need to go to the northern Rabanasta.
You decide to
We're gonna go
leave
with
the
that.
sacrifice to the Leshi untouched. This is Bigichi's folk business, not yours.
And Vaughn, I guess I'll just throw better gear on you.
While traveling through the woods, you stumble upon a snake's nest. Baby
Oh,
snakes
yeah, no,
are
the
still inside
lore for
their
any of the Final
eggs.
Fantasy games are creative.
Fortunately,
Or-
the mother snake does not seem to be around.
It-
You make a
if that's,
small wall of stones around
I
the
know
nest
there's the whole
and
theory
wait
of
for
all
the
the Final
larger
Fantasy
snake
games
to come
are
back.
kind of linked.
The mother snake soon
I don't know if I really
returns.
actually
Seeing
want
the
to bite into
barrier,
that one. I like the
she
Sid thing because
fruitlessly
it's
tries
fun,
to
but
get
like
past.
all
but
Final
soon
Fantasy
leaves.
games are just part of a multiverse.
Some time passes, and the snake comes back with a bunch of grass. in
I
its
guess
mouth.
Dissidia is fun.
The snake
or
touches the grassy mass to the
I
stone
don't know. I
barrier.
heard some bad
and
things
the
about that
wall
last
instantly
Dissidia, I think.
collapses. The snake
I
is
remember correctly.
reunited with its nest. You quickly grab the grass before the snake
Dissidia?
hides
Yeah, I don't
it.
know.
It smells of
It's always
rust.
been kind of a questionable
The only
franchise. It
noticeable
has
thing
its
about
fans, but
is the cross shape made by
it's
four
never
leaves.
been, like, a
Fortune
smash hit.
has smiled upon you. You have found a break herb, a bundle of aromatic weeds that opens locks and barriers.
Yep.
You
Yes,
take
that
the
12
herb
princess
and get ready to
is
go on your way.
Definite a descendant of the Warrior's Light. Yeah, it's fun. Like I said, it's not something I have a problem with. It's just
On a hillside near Kacheva Lake, you see
if
two
you go
silhouettes.
too deep into the lore,
One is
things
combing
can
the
get
other's long hair. There is something strange in his
messy,
uneven movements.
and
Something
franchises
that
to
gives
get
you
that
shivers.
big
The
are
black figures disappear as soon as you recite the name of God.
I don't want to say they can be problematic, but they have a hard time regulating themselves. It feels like.
Gloomy
Sorry, who
windmill
does?
arms creak
Didn't hear you
in
over the game I'm
distance,
playing.
parting the
No,
pre-dawn
just
fog.
when a franchise
The
gets a
shadow
little
of
too
an owl
big,
passes
Oh,
overhead.
yeah?
it's
It crosses
like
your path,
we have
a
continuous.
bad
It's
omen, since man's path and man's
if you know the
destiny
problem like this
are as one.
that the Sonic
Yet,
Archie
Could
comics
it be
kind of
it was
had.
trying to point you?
I kind of count it as that. It's like, hey, at some points, if stuff doesn't make sense, you kind of got to cut it, or it just gets a little too overwhelming.
Yeah, well, I mean, also, it's hard to keep a franchise, especially a large one, consistent, because you're always going to have, like, turnover and people, like, poaching people from your studio, and financial problems, and so on and so forth. So it's really hard, even more so in a world where the norm is to, like, let everyone go at the end of the project and not keep any talent around to keep, your products consistent and good. And I know there is at least one game studio, I think maybe it was Larian, who just made Baldur's Gate 3, I'm not sure, who, someone asked them, like, the secret to their success, and they're like, we keep our people on board so that they can get better at what they do, and they make good stuff.
Yep. Oh, fuck it. This is trying to mess. Let's go back to Rabanasta and go through. There's no North Gate, right? I bet more like long-running franchises, like the theory that all the Final Fantasy games are all just like parallel universes to each other, or it's all one continuous story.
Yeah. But, I mean, you're always going to have that kind of problem, because also a lot of the Final Fantasy games are actually being produced in tandem. And so there'll be, like, different producers and directors, on different titles in the same franchise, and like entirely different teams working on them because they're working on like 3 games at once.
Suddenly, you come upon a swamp. Back and notice a devil's finger beneath your feet.
I went west. God damn it. All right, I can understand that. Oh yeah, what was it? It was something I learned recently. Like, are you familiar with the game series Onimusha?
A little bit. Like, I haven't played any of it, but I know of its existence.
You meet 2 travelers from Bigichi Village.
I think it's Onimusha.
On their way to the fields.
Onimusha.
The 3 of you continue
one
on
of the
your
interesting
journey
quirks
together.
about its development
of
I
a
can't remember if it was the second or the
one
third
of them
game.
jokingly tries to
They
shove
had
you
this
into the
crazy
pit.
glitch where you could in the combat system where you ended up being able to
You
juggle
play
enemies
along,
in the air
thinking it was meant in jest.
and
However,
just do like these
a moment
nutsy
later,
combos with
it
them.
stops being funny.
The developers
peasant
who were
is
working on
inhumanly
a
strong.
different game at the same
He
time on like
overpowers
the
you,
same office
and you
floor
go tumbling
asked them
down
how that
off
glitch
the
was
edge
happening
of the
because
chasm.
they wanted to put it
You
into
come to
their
your
game.
senses at the bottom of a narrow ravine. The trees.
The game
rustle
they were
loudly
working on
in
was
the
Devil
wind.
May Cry.
Yeah, that seems, I was thinking it would probably have to be either that or Bayonetta, based off the context.
Well, it's I mean like Devil May Cry 1. That's what that crazy combat system was
The
because of a glitch. Yeah, it was because of a glitch that the Onimusha developers
You walk
found
around the
while they were
windmill
in
and
this
approach
working
the
on the
huge
games with each
forest.
other.
The
Nice.
grim silence envelops you. The only sound you hear is of the fir branches,
So it's just such a
whispering
like
in the morning fog. Suddenly, you
interesting
see
thing
a
with like the
swarm of
developers like
chorts
that.
flying out of the side of the building, gleefully throwing around pieces of the windmill's wooden machinery. The short swarm dives into the gloom with a chorus of angry screams.
No,
As
I
the
thought I was
forest
going to have. It's like
sinks
I've
into
also
silence,
one of the reasons
you
I picked this
inspect
game up is I kind of wanted to go through the Final Fantasy games. I hadn't. I don't want to say completed, but like the ones I had played a bit but never gotten like to actually sink my teeth into.
Fair.
So I'm wanting to go through those on stream.
Yeah, I have a lot of franchises I really want to catch up and do that stuff with. Like I really want to go and play like
The spruce
all the
branches
Mario
part,
games, all the
and
Sonic
an old
games, the
mill
Final
stands before
Fantasies,
you. This
the
place is
Zelda
filled with legends
franchises.
and stories from the surrounding villages. Those who visited this place at dusk, or worse, at
I'm
night,
not sure if I
speak
would
of
go back
dark
and do
phantoms
Pokemon
in
anytime
the
soon because I've
windows of the
already
mill,
recently,
of
like
sudden
right before I
gusts of
started
wind
streaming,
and
completed a
other
project to
devilry.
play all those.
It is what they call a bad
The old
place.
Pokemons are hard to go back to.
I don't think so. I
Like-
prefer them.
I don't know. It's like if I went back to play Gold and Silver, I would want to play Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Like going back past the 4th generation, I just have a hard time with now.
I don't know.
It's obvious the
I
mill
like those
is
kinds of really old
Some
school
wood
classic
has rotted
RPGs,
through,
so it works for
making
me.
more windows. You
I need
approach
some quality
and
of
try
life
to
stuff,
open the door.
but at this point, it's like
closed.
it grates a
lock
little
is
too
as
much.
old
There's a lot of
as
good
the
ones,
mill.
but it's like
One good strike
ugh.
with something heavy.
I mean, that
and it
is
will break.
fair to an extent. Like, I get, especially with, like, how much time constraint there is these days, not wanting to have to grind for hours.
As soon
Yeah.
as you press the break herb to the lock, it opens and falls to the ground.
That's actually been the biggest reason I've been so happy with like a lot of the Pixel remasters.
Some kind of will has been placed here by the miller.
Just bringing that old school game, but adding quality of life and doing some like just decent tweaks to it.
The grindstones are still, but the blades
Like I
of
went
the
through
mill are
the
turning.
Star Ocean Pixel remaster and like, God, that was so good.
Yeah, that's another one I want to play.
I think at this point I've played through all but one of the Star Ocean games.
I've only ever really played 2.
This chest is for various tools used at the
The
mill.
PS1 one?
Nothing interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
You study the cabinet. Among various krinkas, old
FF,
pots and birch
what-
bark
no.
containers, you find a sack with silver rubles. It might be of some use to you. You choose
I mean, at
to
this
take
point,
the
most of the Final
The miller
Fantasies are
will hardly
fairly
miss
easy
it.
to play.
Was fairly easy to play? Sorry.
This chest is
Most
for
of the
various
Final
tools
Fantasy
used at
franchise
the
is
mill.
pretty easy to
Nothing
play.
interesting.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it can be a little grindy at times, and it's definitely still very time-consuming.
Yep. Wait, is this the direction I should be going?
A broken block of wood is near the wall. It seems to be part of the windmill's mechanism, and the reason why the grindstones are standing still. Through a hole in the wall, you see the woods of Chirgin.
No. Where's world map?
I expected to see a wretched old man, not a beautiful maiden. Why are you here, then?
I had to go further down. Dang.
Well, what do you want with the windmill, then?
I hate
Haven't
it when I
you figured
do
it
stuff
out?
like that.
Perhaps I was wrong about you. I thought of you to be a strong witch,
Not a great
a
game.
master of wit,
played as a
deduction,
hero.
and intellect, one endowed with knowledge that others do not possess. I guess not.
The windmill is possessed. But is the demon's
fell on
presence
the
here
iron
as
carriage as they
spontaneous
did
as it appears to be? I must think about why he's here in the first place.
What game are you talking about, Bakuman? Oh, Star Ocean, yeah. Although, there, 2's ending, I felt like was a bit rushed. I think they ran into some development trouble or budget trouble at some point in there, because the end of that game felt really fast tracked. Or it's meant to be replayable. I should, I'm gonna grab a
cross or
chocobo.
ward over the windmill, and that's why you crept in.
Truly.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything
there's
too bad about it,
cross.
but
But I'm not here because of that.
yeah,
I
I don't have any
always
gun
have
right now.
been and always will be.
The ending
here.
really was
They
weird.
summoned me with a blood sacrifice when the mill was built. I'm bound to this place with my death in this
I wanna go the
world
right path
and my
because,
birth in the next.
quicker.
Enough, feeble sorceress. It is time to meet your demise. I will bring you into the ever dark realm of shadow and extinguish the candle of your life.
And soon you will visit the fries of hell.
Although,
The fries of hell.
oh
Wow,
my god.
they mispronounce a lot of words in this game.
There is yet to be such a Khaldun who can outmatch
I will say
the
with
13th
I know
brother.
the only one I haven't played. I haven't played it because I heard nothing but like horrendous things about it. And I'm refusing to pay full price for that game. Still want to play it at some point though, but most like Last Hope is insufferable as some of those characters were. I liked the story. Till the End of Time, oh my fucking god, is that amazing. Whatever game, it's because it's Till the End of Time, Last Hope, and then there's one after Last Hope, and I don't remember what it's called. Last hope or to the end of time?
You are so arrogant.
Till the end of
Do
time.
you
Oh,
really
yeah,
think
that.
you can defeat this ancient spirit?
Yes.
I could put that
My
in
book
now,
will
and
help
I'm
me.
still happy with it.
This can't be.
There are very few PS2 era games that, like, I like it. I have notes, though. And I'm not like that in that one, so. Hello, just joking listening there. Yes, please, don't ignite a war over pride. Especially your pride.
The book. It is a legendary artifact. I never gave up before, and I'm not going to now.
Dealing cards from my deck.
I do also love how the judges were the parts of the. Well, I guess you could say the judges are kind of an extension of the evil armor guys from all of Final Fantasy. But I do like this evolutionary step in their designs.
Alright, the first major demon I fought awarded 666 experience.
The 13th brother disappears into a burst of black
definitely
flame.
is.
It seems that the air has changed, and it is easier to breathe. Soon, the Chorts will return and resume their work. the dark promise is still upheld. However, it is uncertain when they will start asking for sacrifices again. In any case, this is for the miller to worry about.
And then he disappeared. He won't be interfering with work at the windmill anymore.
Well done, Basha. I didn't doubt for a minute that you'd take care of the demon. Well, while you were gone, I had some
Although I
thoughts
do
about
like
the
how Final
seals.
Fantasy XIV has made
Every
the
single
evil armored
piece has
enemy
its
a
meaning,
little bit more
and every seal requires a demon.
practical looking,
The
I
second
guess would be the way to
one
describe
is
it.
the
I
Aspen
love
one.
so much about
We'll have
12,
to
but
think what to do
there
next.
are some there's a reason everyone was making fun of the Fort Square for its goofy designs
First seal was opened by touch, and that
for a
was
while
all.
there.
How do I open the second?
Well, not by simply touching the asp, that's for sure. I think we need evil spirits.
All right, I've been getting
we'll
cutscenes, so
find
this has to be
the
the right way
Aspen
still.
demons.
Where do you think we can find them, Grandfather?
I don't know yet. I'll have to think on it.
If it's not, I'm
deal
gonna blame
with
that
the
more
things you
on,
can at the moment, and let me think.
Can't we open the others right away?
The design that I with my
I
own
doubt
skill.
that, but who knows? Look around a bit, and maybe you'll fortune upon the right
this is-
chart.
I see. Time to get to work then.
This is gonna be irritating, isn't it?
The shorts are back.
And that's
I
why
sent them
the
to
remaster
perform an
added
arduous task. That's why they weren't around.
Now
the
I should feed them
fast forward
tasks?
mode.
Well, what did you expect? You knew what you signed up for. Everything has a price, especially wishes. If you don't want them to torture you, send them to
Barbaro.
curse people. That's the life of a Khaldun for you.
And if I don't want to curse anyone?
Then suffer. These demons won't leave you alone.
I've seen them before in Yukikaze. Not often, though.
Now you will see them plenty. You can observe our
also
entire
nice
gubernia in your pistier. In the end, you decide what you do with those jorts of yours. God help us.
Mister with shorts. Alright, I think this is a good stopping point for this game. And I do want to get to bed before it gets too late. It is a work night. And I could really use the extra sleep as usual. If I can manage to get any. So. Why don't I go ahead and raid you, Agent, since you're still playing stuff?
Playing stuff. Thank you, Fran.
Yeah, I go to start the raid on your channel and, the preview pops up and it's just Fran boobs front and center.
Hey, that's the draw of the stream. They knew what they were doing.
Oh, for sure. You know what will make this franchise sell better? Bunny girls. In skimpy costumes.
I mean, they're not
Alright, everybody,
wrong.
matiny.